Aloha class, my name is Kayla and I will be going over the truths of human resources. So a lot of times when I express interest in human resource management for my career, people kind of look at me strange because it is considered a dull, boring, or even mean profession. I've actually had people respond by saying, you don't want to be a Toby. So a lot of times when people think of human resources, they think of this guy right here. This is Toby Flenderson, for those of you who may not know. He is the human resource representative on the hit TV show The Office for a local paper company. So he is the stereotypical, very dull, very unhappy, and people just kind of hate him for the fact that he is human resources. This is especially true for the fun-loving boss. There's actually a direct quote where the boss says, "This is the worst, you are the worst, I hate looking at your face, I want to smash it." So this is a very common way to look at human resources. They're just fun killers, not trying to do anything good for the people. So when looking at the definition of human resources based on what I could find on the internet, some of the quotes were people working for a company, or the department in charge of managing resources related to employees, or people management. So these are all very vague terms. They don't really define what human resource does. They're more of just statements about what those words mean together. So human resources actually originated in 1901. It was originally called personnel because it was dealing with people. Um, so they worked directly underneath management, so it was more like an extension of management. They were the systemizing and policing of arm of management, doing all of the administration and compliance work. So they were really just behind the desk, doing that aspect of the management and being the no person, just kind of doing what had to be done and not worrying about being liked. So the modern human resources is actually very multifunctional. So they're moving from being transactional to being interactional. So moving from that administration, just putting all the work together, and going into actually interacting with the people, making it a personal relationship rather than give me a paper and I'll fill it out. So the idea with it is leaning towards a more social culture, so being able to use social media and social technology to platform recruitment as well as gain information. So some of the new modes for modern human resources is there's actually 3 new roles, and these include the strategic partner, which deals with staffing goals, performance appraisals, succession plans, personal development, and metrics such as like meal compliance, dealing with the everyday training, and then it also deals with the sales, which is kind of a new aspect of human resources. Human resources is moving towards mimicking the company strategic plan and making sure that whatever the human resources does is going to better the company as a whole rather than just the department. So the second one that we're going to go over is the employee advocate, and this really has to do with creating a work environment that deals with motivation, encouraging our employees to contribute, as well as we want them to be happy with where they're at, and this all ties into the culture and climate. So it's a little hard to see on here, but on the left side, these are actually some photos from my work. I'm a human resource team member at the Honolulu West Target store. So on the left side, we have one is actually our human resource executive team leader and our store team leader, so the general manager. They actually are covered in pie. So this is one incentive that we did over summer to help encourage our team to participate in a fun way to encourage them to do some volunteer work and donation. So this was an incentive. You got to pie your boss in the face in return for donating money to Aloha United Way. And then on this other side, we have a picture of just some of our team members just dressed up silly. It was actually for one of our, another one of our things that we did over the summer called #SummerOfFun. And this was a contest we had across all Target stores. It was just a fun way to really let loose during the summer. A lot of people were out of school. We had kids, team members with their kids that they got to spend more time with. So we were trying to really encourage everyone to be having fun at work, not so stressful, and it really boosted morale right before our seasonal period when things got a little crazy. And then the final segment is going to be change mentor. And this is really to constantly assess the effectiveness of the human resource process and make sure that everything is up to where it needs to be. This also includes inspiring change in other work centers. So this could be leading by example. We could see something that's wrong with a process and be like, hey, maybe this would work a little bit better. You could get a little bit further with this. Just really implementing even new technologies to figure out what's going to be the most efficient, not only for our people, but also for our business as a whole. So again, it goes back to that idea of the multifunctional, trying to uphold the values of the business as well as keeping our employees happy. Happy employees lead to better sales, leads to a better business and better brand. So the modern human resources deals a lot on the personal level, whereas the original human resources was a little impersonal, a little more grouchy. So it's understandable to see why many get that misconception, but now we want to move in a new direction where it's easy for everyone to see where we're heading. Thanks. Bye.